Welcome to the After Stream Soup podcast. Today is episode 11. I know Abby is super pumped about it. She is super pumped. I think she's spinning in her chair. Yeah, let's go. Episode 11, guys. We made it. It's a whole new year.
We did it.
Yeah.
It's a whole new
Professional gamers. Let's
Yes.
freaking go. Yeah.
Lami, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you, waifu?
I'm doing pretty good. What kind of soup do you have today?
I have clear soup again.
I mean,
and some tea.
Same. I just have the clear soup, aka water.
Yeah, baby.
Abby.
Honey.
Ooh.
Yes.
Lami is not feeling 100% today, so she's
Poor
got
waifu.
that medicine kicking her brains right now.
Poor
No.
waifu.
You may hear me slur my words a little bit, but it's not because I'm drunk.
Nah, she's just, the viruses are taking over her body, unfortunately.
I promise I did not have rum before this podcast.
Or did she?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who freaking knows? Am I right? What Twitch.tv? We're live. For those of you who are listening to us on YouTube or Spotify, we go live with these podcasts.
Yeah, if you want
Twitch.
If you want to see all the shenanigans and all the stuff we get up to before we publish, you gotta tune in. You gotta tune in the live streams.
Ooh, there I
Abbi.
go again. I'm doing it again. Hi. Yes.
How are you doing today?
How?
I am not too shabby. Thank you for asking. Where is this? I want to retweet. So
her brain is so focused on the retweet right now.
Okay, there we go. I got it. Repost. There we go. Okay, cool. We did it. I did it. Okay, we're done. The tweet has been retweeted.
Yes.
Okay. I'm well. I am.
What kind of soup? What kind of soup you got today?
So I originally planned on having some ramen noodles in front of me here, some instant ramen. Didn't end up doing it, so I'll probably be having that later tonight, having some ramen noodle soup.
I had some ramen before we started up today.
Yes, man. But so for right now, I only have your standard not ramen clear soup.
Yes.
In a Gatorade bottle.
Wonderful. Oh my god. That was a weird sound that just came from that. That was an interesting sound. So the Nintendo Switch 2 was announced today. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh my
Pretty
god.
Cool. I like it.
Listen, okay, I have been doing this thing where I try and manage my expectations.
Yes.
I don't, especially when it comes to video games and video game adjacent stuff. So like I want it to be good. I obviously want it to be good. We all want the stuff that comes out of these companies to be good. And it looks very similar to the original Switch. I'm going to be ranting here. I'm so sorry to interrupt me. I want it to be good. It does look like the original Switch, and the Switch, people were a little bit apprehensive about how the Joy-Cons were attaching to the main console.
Yeah.
And being like, I don't know, it seems a little sketchy.
That was my biggest issue. Well, because, I'm just thinking of, that crunch. You know what I mean? Those little prongs look tiny, and if you miss it by, a little tiny bit, you're crunching them Joy-Cons, and you're not going to be able to use them anymore. So I'm a little worried. I thought it was going to be like a magnet.
That's what I heard. It was magnets. So maybe it is a much looser connection and it is just magnets, but then it's I don't know. We're going to see in the direct in April, obviously, but I don't know. I'm trying to manage my expectations. Also the stand, I think they're trying to make it also like a handle kind of,
but why didn't they just keep the way the OLED stand looked like? Because it was like, it was basically like the whole back kind of just like popped off, you know? Like it kind
Yeah,
of popped out. This one's kind
it
of
seemed
thinner, you
yeah,
know?
it seemed solid. But
Yeah.
this one, it seems a little flimsy, even though the console itself is obviously bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I want, I again, managing my expectations. I'm not going in with high hopes
Mm-hmm.
just because if it does flop, I might wait for the pro version or the
Mm-hmm.
whatever their version, because
Yeah,
like the
like
OLED is considered the pro Switch.
I'm not gonna jump on it right away just because there is always the issues that pop up every once in a while with the new consoles. So like I kind of feel like I'll wait a little bit just to kind of
Mhm.
let the hype die down a little bit too. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I need my Switch right now, and you're like looking everywhere for it. You know,
Mhm.
let the hype
Mhm.
die down a little bit and then get it.
Here's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do,
Mhm.
because I know that there are people who are gonna buy this, like the new system, right?
Mhm.
So what I'm gonna do is my plan is to wait until everyone buys the new system, and then they'll start selling their system on Facebook Marketplace, because they're like, I don't need this anymore.
Mhm.
And I'll
They're
buy their old Switches for like $100,
Uh huh.
and then I'll wait 2 years and buy the new one.
Why are you gonna be buying
but
old Switches? You already have a Switch.
yeah, you have a Switch.
I want one for Nightfall.
Okay, well yeah, I understand that. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, buy Nightfall Switch and all that. But then it's also like there's going to be Nintendo Switch 2
Mhm.
exclusives,
Mhm.
right?
Like the new Mario Kart is probably only going to be on the new Switch.
That's
Yeah,
true.
probably.
Like
I
We
doubt.
don't know that. We don't
me
know
and
that.
me and Wolf
I'm pretty
decided
sure.
if we get a new one, we're only going to get one though because one, we already have Switches, and if it's cross compatible for the most part, like, you know, we don't need two new consoles.
Yeah.
And then also Wolf doesn't play Nintendo games as often as I do. So, we don't need two of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I like even the Switch that I have now, I got that pretty late in the game. I don't think I got it until 2020
Oh,
or like
okay.
late 2022, like when everybody
Mhm.
like the initial hype of Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
when that all happened and everybody was playing it in 2020 during lockdown.
Mhm.
Well, it was starting to barely fade out when I finally got it.
Oh,
Like it
okay.
was still very popular and still like there was a lot of like there was a huge online community for it still.
Mhm.
But it wasn't the initial hype anymore. It had fizzled out just a little bit by the time I got it. So it was like well into the Switch's lifespan at that
Yeah.
point. A few years.
Yeah, I
So,
got I got mine pretty much when they came out, like the year they came out. I didn't get it like right away, but I have like the OG Switch.
mhm, mhm.
Mine's a borrowed one.
What do you mean it's not even yours?
No. Well, okay. So it wasn't mine.
Okay.
Um, so there was like during this time, like it was my little sister's originally, and then my cousin had bought her the Animal Crossing exclusive Switch,
Uh-huh.
Which I
right?
thought was adorable.
Yeah, that one is
Which
adorable.
is it's super cute, but he thought it came with Animal Crossing included, which it did not.
Mm.
Which is
So
dumb.
That is so dumb.
like it was so stupid. But when when he had bought the Switch for her, I was like, "Oh, okay, so now I can like take the like, cuz she wasn't even using the to begin with, right?"
Yeah.
So, what do you call it? I ended up taking this Switch and just kind of claiming it and be like, "Okay, can I have this one?" She was like, "Yeah." That was it. That was pretty
Okay.
much it.
I mean, like it's at this point it's yours. You've had it long enough, you can claim the rights of that Switch.
I
Yeah,
claim the Switch rights.
I wouldn't say that's borrowed because she has
Mm-mm.
her own. Like she
Yeah.
said, and you were like, "Oh, can I have this?" And she was like, "Yeah, you can have it." That's not borrowed anymore. That's
I'm
just
like,
your
"Sick.
Switch.
Yeah.
I'll take it with
Yeah,
me."
I don't
But
remember. I got when I got my Switch too. It was right. I'm trying to remember. It was like I think I got it. Do you guys have Shoppers Drug Mart?
No. We do not
No.
have that here. No.
Okay, well, you Canadians know what I'm talking about. You Canadians listening, all three of you. I see you out there. I see you. Hang on, let me lift my eyes. Or am I looking at you? I'm looking at you. I see you. I see you. uh, Shoppers Drug Mart is a pharmacy, and it also has like groceries and stuff in it too, but not like a full grocery store kind of thing. So people don't typically think, oh yeah, electronics, but like, yeah, there was like when Animal Crossing and the Switch came out and everything like that, like people were going feral and it was sold out everywhere, and it was so hard to find these games anywhere because it was just crazy sold out. People went insane. But we had a friend that worked for Shoppers Drug Mart back in 2020 or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were like, we can't find this fucking game anywhere. We can't find a fucking Switch anywhere. Like, where do we go? And our friend was like, hey, what's up? I work at Shoppers Drug Mart. And we, weirdly enough, have games and a Switch. And it's like, what do you... They had to go... They were all shit. And then we went to... So my ex went to the Shoppers Drug Mart, and the friend wasn't working that day. And he shows up, he's like, hey, my friend told me that you guys have like Switch games, Nintendo Switch games, and they're like, come with me. And he like follows them to like
just come with me. Follow me to this sketchy back room.
Oh my god. That is so funny.
Following them literally to like the back, the storage area, you know, kind of thing. And he's like, wait here.
Wait here.
They go to the back and they come back out holding a bunch of Switch games, and they're like, not supposed to be showing you this. Like, it was super sketchy, but it's like, okay, well, he knew. He must have known that we had the game, so like obviously he's in. You know, he's in, so I could show him. But like, you know, you gotta keep this on the down low, you know what I'm saying, man? You gotta watch out for them.
That is crazy. That is wild.
Because scalpers were so bad at the time too for that console. Like, I mean, they're still bad for anything. Like, it's gonna be fucking brutal when the console.
I'm not even. Yeah, I know for sure. Like, most people are not gonna be able to get a Switch right when it comes out.
Unless you want to, you know, pay a scalper, which I mean, I don't encourage it by any means because it just lines the pockets of some shady folks.
But true. True,
and does. Nintendo don't give a shit because they're getting paid anyway, so who cares, right?
Yeah, they're not like, oh, like, I mean, it's hard to like control that, you know, like it's hard to control the market for that sort of thing.
Yeah, unfortunately. And now you might be thinking also, Abby, you could have gotten the digital copy of the game.
Nah.
To which I say, no, not for Animal Crossing. Why would you do? No, it was. There's.
I mean, I got the digital. I got the digital copy for Animal Crossing.
I mean,
but it was 2020, and copy. I didn't feel like going to the store.
Yeah, it was
valid.
Excuse me. Yeah, there's certain games that I want the hard copy for just because I like the collector aspect of it. Any Zelda game, I will go out of my way to get the hard copy for. And Animal Crossing, I wasn't a diehard fan of Animal Crossing or anything like that, but I wanted the hard copy for it because it felt like a very special thing, and it was a very special phenomenon for 2020. I don't know how we ended up on the topic of 2020 or anything like that. We're not talking about that.
We were talking about the Switch.
Nonsense.
We were talking about the
Switch. But Zelda games, Animal Crossing, and certain Mario games, I'm talking specifically Nintendo games right now, mind you. I want the hard copy for. Just because there's just it's novel. You just want to hold it in your hand.
It's kind of nice.
I know you can lose the game, but like, come on.
Like, I mean, Wolf lost Skyrim for like a solid year, 2 years. And it was literally in the back of our cabinet. Like, game was, you know how like the back of the game is like darker, you know?
Yeah.
So like it was literally like pressed up against the back of the cabinet. So like we literally looked in there so many times, and then we didn't find it until we were moving and had to take everything out. And he's like, you know what I found? Skyrim.
Incredible.
But yeah,
Beautiful. Love that for him.
I'm interested to see what the Nintendo Direct has to say, because like right now it's kind of like there's not, for us it doesn't look that different to the Switch that's out right now. So it's like, what are the specs? What's new? I mean, I guess we have to wait until April to hear about it, but
yeah, the specs are definitely gonna be the main selling point of it, obviously. And the fact that it's the Nintendo Switch 2 and not like a totally brand new console like what they did, previously with everything else.
Yeah, because I'm like, the OLED already
interesting.
came out like not that long ago, and so I was holding off because I'm like, I'll wait because I know the Switch 2 is probably coming at some point, but I was trying to weigh if it was going to be worth it or not to get the Switch 2, or if it'd be better just to get an OLED for cheaper now because the new one would be out. But if there's like exclusive games, then I'm like, I might as well get the new stuff, new console.
Yeah. That's yeah, exactly. Managing expectations. I'm not as hyped for it as some things that are, potentially down the line for gaming and all that. But we're also kind of in a slower phase, I think, of releases right now. There is certain big releases that are coming, but they're a bit more niche crowds versus like other things that have come out over the past like 2 years, I want to say, that were much more wide appeal.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
But,
which is okay. We go through phases. It's fine.
Today, we're not going to just be talking about video games. We are going to be reading some Reddit stories. Not in a specific subreddit. We're kind of all over the place, but they're all like stories about, that we can give answers, we could give our opinion on, I guess, is a good way of putting it.
Because girl, we have opinions.
Yeah. We're good at giving advice, not to like.
We're so good at giving advice. Taking it. I plead the fifth, but
Yeah, I don't think I'm good at either one.
we got to get Lami to a level of at least being good at one of them.
We're good at opinion. I think I'm good at having opinions. I'm not saying my opinions are better than yours, which I mean they are, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm good at having them, like opinions. If there was a contest for having opinions, I would be probably bronze medal. Bronze
medal.
If there was like a competition about having opinions but making a joke about them, I'd be like 10th place.
10th place. I don't know, Lami. I think you gotta like give yourself a little bit of a boost.
Nah, we don't do that here.
Oh no, my Lami.
That is not true. You oh my god, this bitch. Let me tell you a little something about this bitch. Lami, I love you with all my fucking heart and soul, and I want to just crush your little face. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm squishing the microphone. She is legit between my hands. I am squeezing it. You, Lami, are a beautiful, amazing, impeccable woman, all right? And you need to start
boosting yourself up. You need to start hyping yourself up.
Boosting yourself.
Even when you feeling down, you gotta find the positive. No, in life, in your self-confidence.
That's for Neon. Neon needs the booster seat. Okay, that's not.
Wow.
Had to call it out, waifu. Had to call it out.
I mean, we all do. Let's be real.
Legit got rid of my like counter because we're way past. We legit went a whole year of telling short jokes, and I was like, yeah, we haven't gone a day.
There was a brief time on Neon stream where she had a short counter in the background. It didn't stay because it was too much work.
The most she made it to is one.
I legit made it to one day, and that was it. One day.
Just because it was too much work. It was too much work for her. There was so many
There were
short
so many
jokes.
tallies that I would have to put on that thing of like how
Yeah.
many days we've been at 0. That
Yeah.
it's gone now. We can use it for other things now.
Yes. But yeah,
yeah.
I was
like,
just
who
gonna
wants to
say we could
start?
all use a little boost to ourselves. We can all, you know,
Yes,
be
definitely.
kind. You listening right now, be fucking nice to yourself. You
Yeah.
fucking bitch.
Yes.
Okay.
And be patient with yourself. You're
Be
trying.
patient and kind, and you are a baddie. You are a badass bad bitch. Don't be mean to yourself. Sorry,
No.
I'm getting triggered. All right, let's move on to Reddit.
Who
Hopefully that won't trigger me at all. What are
Who
you
wants to
talking
go
about?
first? Who wants to go first?
Are we playing paper, rock, scissors?
I was about to
Oh
say,
my
you guys want to
God.
do rock, paper, scissors? Hang on.
We're gonna have to trust the call outs then.
Give me 1 second.
You gotta trust it.
Rock, paper, scissors, anybody?
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my
Those
God.
hands need to go away. For anyone
What's wrong with my
listening and they're not
hands?
watching, Abby,
What's wrong with my hands?
if you've seen the hands that she has to her VTuber before, that is what is up right now.
What's wrong with my hands, man?
They look like they got ran over by a truck and then re-ran over. And then you tried to put them back in the place they were supposed to be, but it just didn't work out. That's what it looks
feel
like.
like I'm being judged. I feel judged
like a
right
fart,
now.
Abby.
Oh my God.
Did you say a
Okay.
fart?
All right. Hands are going away since you guys are so sensitive. It's fine.
I'm just kidding, waifu. We love you.
Let me do it on me. I'm sorry. I threatened to beat you up.
It's okay.
If I don't
I
say it out
actually
loud,
enjoyed
I'm doing
it.
Anyway, I don't know. I'll go first since we've taken this long.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
This one is
All right.
All
right. Is this the right one?
Oh
Yes,
no.
it is.
Will Abby open
All
the
right.
right story?
I did. Okay, so this is from r/am I the asshole? Classic subreddit. You cannot go wrong with am I the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And this is as of right now, piping hot tea. Okay. Y'all ready for this? Are you buckled in?
Yes.
Am I the asshole for telling my ex-boyfriend's daughter it's not my problem?
Oh.
Okay, that's...
Oof.
I mean, okay,
So-
off the bat, I'm kind of like, I need more info because this, you know, definitely is a very ominous title.
Yeah. This one doesn't... This is actually... Does it have a verdict yet? Doesn't even have...
No verdict?
Oh no. Okay, so this one actually, as of reading it, literally, okay, that's so weird because earlier when I found this, it was still up on Am I the Asshole, but now it has been removed. So we will not be getting a verdict, at least
no.
on here.
Oh,
but I can read it.
I can
read it.
Did they move it to a different subreddit or like?
Let me check. Because again, this is like a 2-hour-old post as of right now. Do we have access to comments? Okay, so like direct links to the comments I can find. So, but no, they have not re-uploaded it anywhere.
Okay. So it's we're gonna come up with a verdict after we hear this.
It's all about us right now. So
Yes.
it has been it's a locked post, and then also please review this message in full. Your post has been removed. This post violates Rule 11. We do not allow posts involving changes to contact levels with romantic/sexual partners. Blah 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 blah.
Okay. Which
is dumb because it's not about the ex-boyfriend. But I don't know.
That's a weird one.
It's a weird rule. I don't know why they have it. I'm not gonna read into it too much. We're just gonna read the story because it's uploaded.
Yeah.
Or it's still here. I can still read it. Okay, so am I the asshole for telling my ex-boyfriend's daughter it's not my problem?
Okay.
I, 38F, dated John, 40M, for about 6 months. We had known each other for over a year before we started dating. We
Okay.
broke up about 3 months ago. Okay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the reason for the breakup was because of his daughter, Tia, 16F. Okay, so right
Oh.
off the bat,
Oh.
blaming
Uh-oh.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat, blaming her.
Yeah, I kind of feel
Okay?
like it probably wasn't actually her fault, but continue.
Uh-huh. From the very beginning, she was hostile towards me. Rude comments, putting me, my cooking, etc. down. Constantly referring to me as that bitch. She said I was the reason her parents broke up.
Oh.
False. They broke up 10 years ago, 9 years before I met John. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. I have a stepmom who went out of her way to try and push her way into my life. So I actively did everything I could to be the exact opposite. I tried to give her space. I tried talking to her, asking her what I could do to at least make things between us civil.
Mhm.
Her answer, I could voluntarily leave this world.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Oh,
This
that's
kid hates her.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I feel like there may be more to the story that we're just not getting.
Like, yeah. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
John was no help. He'd threatened to ground her, take her things away, but they were empty threats, and Tia would just continue her tirade against me. Her mother, Chloe, who honestly is awesome, even tried to talk to her and figure out what her problem was. Tia couldn't come up with one reason why she didn't like me. She, quote, just didn't. Okay. It
Okay.
all came to a head one night while they were at my house. We had ordered food and I went to go pick it up. When I got back, I found John in my dining room, sweeping up the remains of my grandmother's antique pitcher. My
Mm.
grandmother meant the world to me, so seeing the pitcher destroyed broke my heart. I demanded to know what happened, and Tia gave me a smirk and said, "Oops, it was an accident."
Oh
Oh,
no.
jeez.
Oh.
I
Oh
asked,
no.
I asked her how it was, quote, an accident, and she just shrugged and said something like, quote, I think I bumped the table and it just fell off. There's no way that can happen. My dining table was heavy. You would have to slam yourself into it to even shake that pitcher. I told them to leave and spend the rest of the night crying. The next day, I called John and told him I couldn't do this anymore. He tried to talk me out of it, but my mind was made up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. Fast forward to 2 days ago. That was this story, I believe what she said was, it was 3 months ago. They broke up 3 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fast forward to 2 days ago, I leave work and there's Tia. She starts going on about John's new girlfriend, Jane, how Jane is a monster, evidentially. Evidentially? Okay. Evidentially, Tia tried her old tricks on Jane, but Jane gives it right back to her. Tia calls her names, Jane calls her names back. Tia insults Jane, Jane insults her back. The worst was that Tia, quote, accidentally broke something of Jane's, and in retaliation, Jane took Tia's phone and smashed it.
Oh.
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 Damn, Jane!
She's
I
like,
mean,
I'm
we were
not
all
doing
thinking
this.
it.
Yeah.
We might
I
have all
mean,
been
yeah.
thinking it. I asked her if she had told her mom she had. Sorry, that's a comma. It should be. I can't see shit. I'm sorry. I asked her if she had told her mom. She had, and Chloe decided that Tia wasn't to go over to John's anymore. I told her something like, it sounds like everything's settled then. Tia started crying, asking if that was it. I just looked at her and said, yep, your mom handled it. It's not my problem. And I left.
Mhm.
I was talking to my sister about this last night, and she called me an asshole. She said that obviously Tia is hurting and needed me. She came to me for a reason, and the least I could have done was be a shoulder for her to cry on. I just don't feel anything. I think I'm just numb to Tia now. So, am I the asshole?
I would honestly like when she
Not
was
really.
yeah, like she didn't get there was never like in that story a moment where they like had a bonding moment. Like she tried to not be super pushy and get in her life cuz obviously she's the new person coming in and she had experience with a stepmom who was like too overbearing, you know? So like it doesn't sound like she ever really had like this buddy friendship where she'd have like sympathy for her cuz it sounded like that girl made her life a nightmare the whole time she was with the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I do
It's like
it does feel like there's something that could be missing,
mhm.
because it's not like this is like a 9-year-old who is
Yeah.
lashing out of, this is
Mhm.
a 16-year-old girl,
Mhm.
and she hated this woman that her dad was only with for 6 months.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, where is Tia getting this from, really?
Like,
Like,
maybe the dad cheated on the mom and that's why they broke up, and he never introduced the woman that he had another relationship with to the daughter. But
yeah.
and then when the first woman that comes in their life, years later, in her mind, maybe she's like, this is the woman that broke my parents up, even if it's not.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like that's the weird part, is that like she's like, "Oh, she said I was the reason her parents broke up," even though it's like there's a 10-year gap
Mhm.
between when they broke up. And then it's like, okay, where are you getting this logically? Like, is this the first relationship? Because they were only together for 6 months, and then apparently he's with somebody,
Yeah.
3 months later, named Jane. So it's
Yeah,
like
it
it
sounds
doesn't
like
feel like.
it kind of feels like the dad maybe has always been in a relationship like since, you know, the mom and him broke up. So like he's never
Mhm.
had that time to like just, chill, hang out with his daughter, that sort of thing, and maybe she's feeling a little neglected.
Yeah.
Mhm. There was one comment that I found that the OP made. Um uh It says, okay, so it's in reply to something that I can't find right
Mhm.
now, because
Okay.
again, the
Yeah.
original post has been deleted. You can't see the original comments unless you have direct links to them.
Mhm.
Um, but the OP says, to be honest, I have no idea. I don't know if she wanted me to say something to her dad to just be a shoulder to cry on, or what. I just know that I can't do it anymore. I actually started to panic when I saw her in the parking lot of my job. I was honestly worried that she would damage my car. So I'm assuming OP might have been asked something like, "Oh, do you know what she wanted?" kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
Did she come to you for anything specific?
Yeah.
um, One comment in reply says, "Not the asshole, not your circus, not your monkey. Tell her
Mhm.
mom."
Yeah, like
um,
the fact
Yeah.
that like she's like your mom is handling it, like you know, that's about as much as she can do because, like, obviously they're not part of her life anymore. It's not like she wanted to keep a relationship after everything
mhm,
either.
Yeah. And also to add on to that fact, I mean, like, yes, like she wants a relationship with the dad. I get it, but she has every right to protect her peace too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
mhm,
Like, you can't like if that situation is too much for you to handle mentally. I don't think like well, also the fact that like this girl came to her, and I feel like she was kind of just looking for a scapegoat. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
To kind of
mhm,
run to and someone to run to and feel sympathy for, because I mean like maybe her dad doesn't feel sympathy for her because she's like giving it to this new woman that the dad's with,
Yeah.
and the mom knows her, the dad knows her, so they're kind of just like trying to deal with it. So I mean this lady also knew her, so she was like, okay, well, I don't really feel any sympathy for you because I know you're giving it to her just like you gave it to me. So I mean, and your parents are handling it, it's not
Mhm.
really none of my business anymore. So yeah, definitely
mhm.
not. I don't think she's the asshole. I don't.
Yeah. No. I think she
Yeah.
did what she had to protect her peace. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe the response to the daughter could have been a little different, but I mean,
There's a
she doesn't,
certain.
yeah. She doesn't have to,
Yeah.
be nurturing.
Yeah, it's not her job.
Yeah.
Also, a little bit more context. I heard John and Jane got together about a month after we broke up. That made me feel great. That's from OP as well. So
So
it
Oh
maybe
does.
yeah.
it sounds like maybe he was having a little relationship on the side too.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah.
it's
Maybe
an.
in the. Oh, sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
for it.
No, you go.
No, I was gonna say like I mean maybe you're right. Maybe there is more to it because like what if she's not telling us that maybe like she was maybe she was in a relationship with him while he was with another woman, because it seems like this guy is just going from woman to woman to woman, and it is possible
Mm-hmm.
because there are like guys who continuously cheat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're still good guys, but
They might need some
it's just
therapy.
like they might need some
Yeah.
therapy, but
Chronic cheaters, yeah.
chronic cheater things, but you know what I mean? Like it's also like people who I don't know, maybe she's angry and taking it on the wrong person, but
Mm-hmm.
she still has no right to take it on the wrong people. The daughter,
Yeah.
I mean. But
Yeah.
maybe she's just angry because her dad's always with these women and she's just like, "Well, what the fuck? When am I going to get some attention?" you know?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and like maybe not having much stability on his like for him, like when she's with
Yeah.
him type of thing, because it's always maybe
Mhm.
like a new woman, new life type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm trying to think back to when I was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how I could behave that way towards somebody, even if I was pissed off at them.
Yeah.
Like I could be petty,
Mm-hmm.
sure. I could be a petty bitch at times because fucking one, teenager, two, we can all be petty at times, no matter how old you are.
Mm-hmm.
But like to the point of like ruining her things and like just doing whatever the fuck you want. Like she's obviously been allowed to behave a certain way for a long time too,
Mm-hmm.
by her dad in particular, from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
So it's just a combination of things where the 16-year-old is just doing whatever the fuck she wants to people and then has some serious abandonment issues and probably needs some therapy
Yeah,
because
I think therapy is needed
Anger
all around for
management.
this one, to be honest.
yeah, yeah. So verdict, asshole, not the asshole. I don't think not the
I would
asshole.
say not the asshole. Like,
Yeah, I would say not.
Maybe a little rude, but
yeah.
that isn't. No, you're not the asshole. And it's a little warranted too because she
Mm-hmm.
did way worse to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's easy, like it's difficult when they're a kid. She is 16. She's not an adult yet. She's not mentally an adult yet. She's gonna be a bit more on the self-centered
Mm-hmm.
side. But it's still like she has the comprehension of what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's at the age
Yeah.
where she knows
I
what
would
she's doing.
say the daughter's the asshole in this situation.
Yeah. The John is also
Yeah,
big.
John is also a
Yeah,
big
John
asshole.
is also an asshole.
Like he was being spineless with punishing his
Mhm.
daughter. He wasn't doing
Yeah.
anything. And he seems to have probably cheated in the past or like is chronically dating and whatever.
Mhm.
But anyway, yeah, that's that story. Okay.
Yeah. Lami, me or you?
I guess I'll go next.
Okay.
Okay, this one's under r/advice. It's titled Coworker is Ruining My Mental Health. So, here we go. Hello. I've been at my job, engineering, for like 3 years, and I used to really enjoy it. We lost pretty much the entire team, other than myself and my manager, in a very short period of time. Not related to issues with the company team, just unfortunate timing.
Mhm.
I held down the fort for a couple months and actually felt really solid to my ability to handle all of my team's work. That said, it was a lot to manage, so I was excited when we got someone new. Excuse me. A few they are a few titles above me and have 10 plus years of experience over me, and I had some expectations about their ability to perform in the role. Valid.
Mm.
Um
Mhm.
I understand it takes a while to adjust, but this person has been on my team for over 6 months, and it genuinely feels like they've learned nothing.
Oh.
He cannot answer extremely simple questions, gets so hung up on unimportant details that he loses the bigger picture, like how an engine component had some grime on it when half of it had completely sheared off, and generally just wastes my time asking dumb questions, making me redo work he's done, and attending his meetings because he needs someone to effectively babysit him.
Oh.
He's also really disrespectful towards me, which I find really frustrating considering how much I'm trying to help him. As an example, he'll ask me a question and I'll give him an answer. He will thank me, maybe ask some follow up questions, and go back to work, seemingly fine with how I answered. He'll proceed to ask the same question to my manager or publicly, where he will get the exact same answer I gave, or they will recommend he ask me where I will give the exact same answer I gave earlier. He'll also ask for my advice on something, and I'll give my input. He'll seem to have understood what I said, but his execution of the task will be so far from what I recommended that it leaves me wondering if he's intentionally doing this to piss me off. I am fine with working with people who are
Oof.
zero help and get nothing done, but this guy actively adds work onto my plate. People from other departments have started complaining to me about him, so I know I'm not crazy or misreading the situation.
Mm-hmm.
They'll send me bad work he's done and ask me if I had it reviewed, why we answer things that way, etc., which is such a bad look for my team.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're
Yeah.
sending bad work, I would understand.
Yeah. If they're
Um,
questioning your work quality, yeah,
yeah.
not good.
Mm-hmm.
I I find myself genuinely questioning if he's genuinely this stupid or if he's found that acting this stupid gets other people to do his work for him. He acts so enthusiastic about the role, but is so unfathomably bad at his job that I am just so confused about why he is acting this way. I've implied his incompetence to my manager, but I think my manager is in a tough spot. We're still down 2 people and this guy has taken over one of our 15 projects. We had planned to slowly add to his plate, but my manager is now giving him very unimportant and low visibility tasks and is starting to have me manage this guy. I already have so much on my plate, and holding this
Uh.
guy's hand is just not feasible for me anymore. Anyway,
Oh
I'm
god.
finding this is impacting my mental health at work, and I'm
Yeah.
normally very bubbly and a nice person, but just the sound of his voice is starting to set me off. I recognize this is unhealthy and I want to be able to brush it off, but I'm really struggling. I love my job. I get a lot of responsibility and I'm being slash have been fast tracked for promotions. I get really high visibility work and have had multiple executives, I guess that means
Yeah, execs, yeah.
Yeah.
Executives.
execs execs and multiple executives personally thank me for my work. I know I don't owe the company anything, but I don't want to leave because of an annoying person when I do enjoy my role. There was a position they had been talking about hoping to promote him to. They had the discussion when he very first started as it's a senior level role, but now they're discussing getting me trained for the position instead. It would set me 5 to 10 years ahead. How do I stop letting him get to me? I would rather take on all of my team. Wait. I honestly would rather take on all the work of my team than have to work with this guy anymore.
Oh. Oof.
Okay, lots to unpack there. First of
Yes.
Yeah.
all, I know this guy is asking specifically how to like have this guy
Mm-hmm.
like not get to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the hard part, honestly. That like cuz
Like
other parts of it are
Mm-hmm.
easier and more
Mm-hmm.
actionable
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
in my opinion. In my experience, I have had some shitty fucking let me tell you about some shitty fucking coworkers. Buddy, real baby. But maybe that might be something to discuss at a future point, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But the getting to you, the thing is,
It's
it's
very hard.
not.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. I think part of it is leaving work at work to
Yeah.
a degree. Like there's a difference between venting a bit and pure and then like having it attached to you all the
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yeah.
You
It's like
need
a
to
vice.
like a it's like a leech. When
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have done this a lot in the past, is that, you know, when I was having a really hard time with work, I would come home every day,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, exhausted from my
Yeah.
day because it's mentally and physically straining.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a job that I was on my feet a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, mentally exhausted, and so I would just come home, flop on the couch, pass out until dinner, and then wake up again. You know, it was
Mm-hmm.
like I didn't ever take time to give my brain a proper break from
Mm-hmm.
work. I would just come home, still thinking about work, still seething about some of it at times,
Yeah.
and then passing out. And then that's how I would fall asleep,
Mm-hmm.
is thinking about work. And then I would wake up and I was like, oh, guess what? You were thinking about work the whole time you were sleeping.
Yeah.
So definitely a lot of it has to do with just leave it at work. Leave it at the door. Do
Mhm.
not bring it into your home. There's
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like you
there
gotta find like hobbies too, like outside of work that can really take your
Mhm.
mind off of it too. Like, you know, oh, you really like to go hiking? Go hiking. You really like movies, whatever, TV shows, like really just like turn your brain off so that like
Mhm.
you're not carrying it with you all the time. Because if it's all day
Mhm.
every day, it's really gonna start to get to you. And if you're like,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
I only have to, work with this person for X amount of hours per day. I can do that. And then when I get home, I don't have to think about any of the projects, whatever. I can do what I like. And then,
Mhm.
it'll just be a vicious cycle. And then hopefully you can move into a different role or like they get moved to somewhere else. So you don't have to like, it's not going to be an all time thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like
I
he
did
was
see
saying, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying I did see one comment that said, focus on helping him and ignoring his remarks. The fact that you're helping someone with more experience highlights your ability to lead. His incompetency seems to be working in your favor, so keep making sure that you view your tasks with objectivity and for the benefit of the company. It's going to pay off once you're in a senior role and you might not have to interact with him as much.
Yeah.
That's a
So
good
I
that's
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
yeah, I agree with that. Honestly, it's very hard because when you're at work and you spend all day at work and you're kind of like that's half your life, you know?
Yeah.
I understand. It's
Yeah.
like it's half your life. It takes a big chunk like out of your mental state where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um I would just say it like I feel like that's really good advice. Like just focus on helping them
Yeah.
and ignore the remarks because
Mhm.
honestly, I know it's very difficult because and you're human. So you're like as professional as you try and keep it, sometimes those remarks just stay with you and you're gonna just like I really want to say something or something like that, but you can't always
Mm-hmm.
focus on that because then
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's
Or
just going to
yeah.
distract you from what you're really needing to do at your job.
Or you gotta find
Yeah.
like the things you enjoy about it, because like you may hate what you do, you know,
Yeah.
but like you
Or
gotta
you may
find the
hate
little
that
things.
person.
Yeah, you just gotta find the
Mhm.
little things that you enjoy about it and try and like push past it. Not every day is gonna be easy, but you know,
Yeah, and if
And
it's benefiting you, I mean, like that's pretty great,
yeah, like if
honestly,
you
in the
can get a
long run.
promotion for dealing with the person, like do it.
yeah, absolutely. Focusing on like your own performance
Mm-hmm.
and how well you are doing. You're clearly killing it. It
Yeah.
sounds like you're slaying queen. Yes, ferocity.
Yes.
We love it. We live for it. Clap, clap, clap. Um Another thing I want to add on to this is this isn't so much how to like manage how you're feeling about it. This is just more like I'm more like, the root cause of the issue is his performance is shit and
Yeah.
he has a bad attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are pretty big offenses. I understand from I believe he said that, his manager or whatever was saying, he's kind of in a tight spot because, they're short staffed and all that. But the
Yeah.
problem is that if from what you're saying, this guy is saying is that he's making everybody's job like actively more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
He's not actually fulfilling the role that he was hired for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was hired to make everybody's job easier. That's why anybody is hired. You're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be there to support the team. If you are bringing the team down, that is a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Like, okay, maybe I could see like, they're a bit lazy and they're not picking again what they were saying, if he was just like slacking a bit and not doing enough work, that would be okay. That's another issue that needs to be addressed obviously, but it's not the same as like basically making negative progress for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that's not okay. That's not okay. So it really ends up being it's like why would you bother keeping this guy if he is being an active detriment to the team?
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
now that being said, and I don't know where this guy lives and I don't know the labor laws or whatever kind of thing, but I don't know if this guy's in a what do you call them? Fucking not unity. Unity
Oh,
is not the word.
union. A union.
Union, thank you.
Yeah.
union. I don't know if it's unionized or whatever, but most places will have policies in place on if you are not performing properly at your job, you have to, there's a process that you go through. First there's like, okay, you maybe have to do refresher courses, maybe you have to shadow somebody and or like whatever, basically to get you to the level that they need you at to perform at the job.
Yeah.
If you're out of the grace period of when you're first hired or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's typically what I've seen in the workforce around where I am here in Canada,
Canada.
So it's just like, okay, I understand you're short staffed, but if this guy is not fucking helping, if he's being a fucking shithead and not helping at all, and also has a bad attitude, it's like, okay, you need to start taking those steps as upper management.
Yes.
And start basically retraining this guy. And if he's still gonna continue to be a problem, then that's where you might have to look at, fucking kicking his ass to the curb.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, honestly, as long as you kind of, like, keep your own work going, like, you keep doing what you need to do at the best of your ability, it's gonna get noticed at some point. And as long as you keep relationships with, like, your higher ups, those sort of things, like, they'll see what you're doing. And hopefully, you move on and you don't have to deal with the person who's bothering you at work enough.
Or you could just be a total bitch and go to your boss again and be like, look, he needs to be retrained or I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe that's because
or
I'm
there's
a bit of a
that
bitch.
too. Or there's that too, yeah.
There's always that option.
Yeah. It's always an option. I don't know. That shit sets me off so much though, hearing about work shit. I feel like maybe one time we should be talking about work stories.
Yeah.
At some point. I don't know.
I'm definitely
maybe.
down.
Maybe
we'll have to change some names, I think, but yeah.
We will things, at some point. Maybe. We'll see. It's a potential.
Of course.
But yeah. Was there anything else, any other information to offer, Lami? Or anything else like that?
And that was pretty much it. There's no updates. There's no, like, things like that. There's no comments. So that was pretty much it.
Okay.
Hopefully, maybe one day this guy will have an update for us so we can hear how this goes.
It was actually 3 hours ago, so maybe he'll have an update.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe by time the end of the podcast hits, there'll be an update. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. Yep.
Imagine he's like, well, guys, today. They're like, today, this happened.
Today is gonna be the day.
Back to you.
Right now, just somehow.
About you now. Okay.
Thank you.
I guess
it's your turn.
I guess it's my turn now.
It's your turn, girl.
So mine is from the Reddit r/cheating stories.
Oh, baby, let's go. All right.
So the title is, would I be wrong if I left my husband for my ex-best friend?
Spicy.
So a little background. My husband, 28, and I, 25, met on a dating app in 2016. We dated for 2 months, broke up, then got back together 4 months later. My husband deleted every mail on my socials. Since then, I've caught him cheating on dating sites and texting his exes with sexual convos. I've caught him again, so I finally said enough was enough and downloaded a dating app, which reconnected me with my friend. He, my friend, has been trying to get me to leave my husband since the beginning of the relationship. I had feelings for said friend before I got to my husband, and he turned me down because of his own problems. Since reconnecting, he has been flirty and we message all day. IDK, what to do? Please help.
Babe.
Damn.
Babe. Sweetie.
It sounds like you kind of both are doing the same thing,
I'm gonna
Honestly.
hold your hand when I say this to you, sweetie pie, baby cakes, ILY, heart emoji, kissy face. Sounds like you're already checked out of your marriage. You are already
Yeah.
fucking checked out. You may not have signed, asked for them divorce papers or
Mhm.
anything yet, but you are checked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if,
Basically.
say, like, you and your, best friend, your friend, say you don't work out, whatever, but the fact that you're,
Mhm.
like, looking at another person for a relationship is kind of meaning that, like, one, your husband is not giving you the attention needed. It sounds like he's also looking for other people,
Mhm.
So, like, I feel like, first off, you should, leave him. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if, like, going for your friend is necessarily the best thing to do right now.
Yeah.
The best thing to do is probably leave, more than definitely leave. Please leave.
Yes.
Your
Please go.
husband.
Yeah.
Please
Because
go.
Please go.
And once you're gone, then you will have that freedom to
please,
pursue whoever you want
please,
Mhm.
don't prove
But I would say
without the extra baggage.
before you go and do what he's potentially doing, which is,
don't
I'm
break
sure he's
me
cheating on her
just when
100%
I
if he's on
just
dating
get
apps.
my makeup so nice. Heartbreak
Abby's
me
having a
like
little
me
She
karaoke
is.
session.
goes
She is.
another. I beg you don't
I feel like,
embarrass
is this
me,
Sabrina Carpenter? No, I'm kidding.
motherfucker.
Ah.
Please, please, please. Okay, listen. Sorry, I was not paying attention. I heard
Abby was in
please,
another
please
world.
leave. And I was like, oh, please, please, please,
She
please.
got in her karaoke brain.
I think
I
I might be a little bit of karaoke girly.
Yeah, we're just agreeing that she does need to leave him.
Yeah, she
Definitely.
needs to leave.
Yeah, girl, listen. I don't. Yeah, no.
Like,
Girl.
he's already
And also,
probably cheating. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
you just got to get that info and then get out of there.
And besides, why would you even want to like go start seeing someone else? Like, oh, we'll have a. Oh, I guess I don't know, because I know some people have that thing where they're very not well and they like to stay in their marriage just to say that they have a wife or they have a husband because they get excited when they're doing things they're not supposed.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
I've always found really stupid, by the way.
Yeah.
'Cause if
Yeah,
you have
I
that
don't.
mentality, that's fucking stupid. But
I don't. Yeah, no. It like there.
give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Mhm.
Continue.
Okay. Listen. I just don't. Cheating. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for cheating. There's no
Mm-mm.
excuse. Okay, just fucking leave. Just fucking leave. I don't care if like. Okay, you are in a. I have heard people make the argument is like, well, I'm in an abusive relationship, and it's like, okay, if you are in a position where you are in an unsafe relationship,
Mhm.
your primary focus, I don't think, should be another relationship. Getting into, I don't like. I understand it's complicated and things happen and feelings happen, but
Mhm.
if you are unsafe, focus on your safety first. Do not,
Yeah.
because another relationship is not going to fix your problems. It's
Mhm.
not. It is not going to. Unfortunately, you can't hide behind another relationship. What ends up happening is you end up repeating the cycle, either in some way, shape, or form. So there's no excuse. Rounding back to the topic at hand, no excuse for cheating.
No.
This girl is already checked out.
Well,
I
like,
don't.
some of these comments, like, most people are like, get out of there. Like, he's already checked out. You both are checked out. Like, don't stay in
Yep.
this relationship. And then, they're like, as for the other guy, you're an adult. Like, do what you want to do, but make sure that you take care of the relationship you're in right now first before you move on to something else.
Not to mention, it's obviously like relationships starting with cheating.
Yeah.
Not a good start.
Mm-mm.
Not great. you know,
Well, it's
not
like the fact that they broke up and then got back together 4 months later. It's like in that 4 months, like, was he going out with people like the whole time? And then he's like, you know what? I really miss this person. And then he came back to her because he wasn't getting what he wanted, you know, searching for the people.
yeah, obviously he wasn't because he was being unfaithful or
Mm-hmm.
like being a dick. He's a dick.
Yeah.
He's you
Yeah.
know, it's just not good. Not good all around. Stinky. Excuse me. That burp right there, that's how I feel about that. Stinky doo doo. Don't like.
Yeah.
I don't
And this was posted 19 hours ago, so there's no verdict
Oof.
necessarily on this. Um
Whew.
so but most of the people are in agreement that she needs to get out of there. That relationship needs to be done.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
thing. The one thing about the cheating stories is at the end of the day, it's leave.
yeah.
Fucking leave.
Yeah,
Don't
get
stick
out of there.
around. It's not worth it to try and make it work out. There have been you know, a lot of people have been cheated on, and unfortunately, a lot of people have tried to make it work, and it could. I'm not gonna say never work out because it's not. It never say never, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
But statistically speaking, it's not a relationship you really want to be
Mhm.
in.
Yeah. No.
If they want to go and fuck around with other people, that's a conversation for you and your partner to have.
Mhm.
Because sometimes people are like, hey, you know what, I kind of want to go fuck other people. That doesn't mean I don't love you though, and that, you know, like, I don't want to
Yeah.
hurt you by going behind your back. And then we get into stuff like, you know, ethical non-monogamy and polyamory, which is a whole other conversation, and I'm not going to get into that right now because that's a whole
Yeah.
long-winded shit that I could rant about for quite some time. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because I have self-control. But I'm just saying, there's options beyond cheating.
Yes.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Am I
No.
right?
No.
No excuse.
Honestly, if you're cheating and you haven't discussed having an open relationship, you just need to, get out of there. They're not respecting you if they're doing that sort of stuff.
And I will say, okay, this is not me ranting about ethical non-monogamy / polyamory or anything like that. But if somebody cheats on you and then they come back with like, well, maybe we should just try having an open relationship, or like, maybe no, that's not, no, they already broke it. They already broke the trust.
Yeah.
You need trust before going into any of that.
Mhm. I mean,
They
trust
already
is like
broke it.
part of like any relationship. Even if you're not
Absolutely.
romantical, you got to trust the people that are in your life, Cuz like if you're in a situation that is rough, you got to know they got your back in some ways.
Abso-friggin-lutely. Abso-friggin toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
So yeah, no, don't ethical non-monogamy in any form is not going to
Mhm.
fix your relationship problems.
No.
That's all I'm gonna say about that now. I'm sorry. I'm not ranting. I promise. I promise. I'm not ranting.
But yeah, I would say that that's probably the best advice is just like get out of there. Leave.
Okay. Sorry for the delay. Do you guys want to hear? Okay, I did find a substitute for the one that I found. It's super short. It's super short and sweet. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have time for my third one anyway. But this is in r/relationship advice. I'm 29F and my long-term partner, 29M, is creating AI unsuspecting women he knows in real life. I'm trying to understand if most men are doing this? ? This is just what I found super quick looking it up, okay? Because this is not the only one of these in this subreddit alone, which is sad. I found out that my 29M boyfriend of 8 years is creating AI with women he knew from college, possibly his coworkers, etc. I am betrayed, humiliated, and disgusted. I can't believe that he thinks that his own pleasure is so important that he can violate the safety slash privacy slash dignity of unsuspecting women who are not consenting to this. Also, it feels pretty illegal, or at least like it should be. I'm trying to figure out, is this something that most men are doing now? Do I just have to accept that this is what is now? I'm aware that I should walk away if it's something I'm not okay with. What I'm really trying to figure out is if most men are doing this. Sorry, that's a sentence. What I'm really trying to figure out is if most men are doing this. I would really appreciate honest input across genders. This sucks. Thanks. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Nasty.
First of all,
Gross.
what a fucking weirdo.
The top comment is no. And I think that sums it up pretty. No, it is
No.
not normal to do that, and it is not most men. It is not normal for men to do this, though. No.
Mhm.
And I would like to think most men are not doing this.
They didn't consent to have their picture turned into AI. Like, that's just disgusting. The fact that he knows those people personally and without getting their consent pretty much violates their picture. You know what I mean? Like, that is honestly disgusting. What a fucking weirdo. Go watch like a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Big red flag.
I do remember from the other story that I read, which has unfortunately since been deleted. They apparently it was her husband again. It was partner
Mhm.
that was doing this, and he was doing it with like her friends and his friends that
Ooh.
were female, and he had a whole personal folder on his computer that was labeled like AI something. It wasn't labeled AI but it was like AI goof around kind of thing or whatever, which is like, oh, that's super great. And apparently the other story, they talked about how he had a addiction, which I the thing with addiction is there's some people that don't believe it's a real thing. I'm not versed enough on that. I'm whatever. That's something that some people brought up in the comments of that one too. It's like, addiction is not real. Self-control. Da 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 da. Whatever. I don't know. What I do know is that that other guy claimed to be addicted to at one point and was now making AI of his friends, and also apparently had been distant from her for a bit. Wasn't like she would, try and like initiate sex, and he would be like not in the mood kind of thing or whatever. But then she would walk in on him taking care of himself. So um you know not okay. Not okay. Like, I don't know. There's something I would want to look into it more with like addiction, like that kind of stuff. Um I don't know. But that's not okay. That's not normal. That's fucking weird. That's creepy. He's a creep. Your boyfriend's a creep. I know you're thinking about leaving him. Just do it. Also,
Yeah.
snitch.
Mhm.
Snitch on that shit. Yeah. Just be like, hey, I would say, even if you have access to his computer, hang on, where did you find this? AI women he knew betrayed and disgusted. How did you find out? Oh, I wish we knew how you found out. Because if he has it on his computer, I would say, and you have access to it, I would say go in. Um, maybe get a little proof. Get a little proof. If you feel inclined to censor it or whatever, like obviously, because you're not going to be posting it all over the place or anything like that. You're probably just going to be telling the victims of this, delete it off of his computer. Absolutely. Hell, I would even say fucking burn that fucking PC if you can. But I don't know. Maybe that's probably illegal technically, even if he did do some fucked up shit on it. It's illegal. Don't do that. But, you know, no, don't do it. Fucking creepy, fucking weird. Ew.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's definitely gross.
anyway, it's a short one. I hesitate to say short and sweet. Cuz I don't Anyway, that's moving on.
Alrighty. This one is my religious roommate threatening to evict all of us for having male guests. So, I live in Los Angeles, California, in a joint lease
Mm-hmm.
with 4 other roommates for 6 months now.
Neon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry. Go ahead, Lami.
oh, we each have our own separate bedrooms. I am
Yeah.
the only resident with my own private room.
Mm-hmm.
Bathroom, sorry. I am the only resident with my own private bathroom. We are all full adults. At
Mm-hmm.
the beginning of our lease, we did not know each other prior to signing. We talked about our roommate expectations to ensure we were all on the same page and that if we weren't, we could relocate per our contract. My
Yeah.
roommate expressed that she had no problem with us having our partners over. Thus, for the past few months, I've been having my partner over every 2 or 3 weeks for 4 nights at a time as we are in a long distance relationship.
Mm-hmm.
He is always
Mm-hmm.
respectful and never unsupervised.
Yeah.
This week, one of my roommates communicated to us that her mother pays her rent and utilities. Her mother asked her about our consistently high utility bill, and my roommate explained to her that one of my other roommates and I sometimes have guests, our long term partners, over. This caused her mother to fly into a fit of rage as she signed her daughter
Oh.
up for an all women's unit, not a co ed unit. She didn't want to pay extra utilities for guests, and she, even though she doesn't live here, feels unsafe having male sleepovers.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother then notified our landlord of the situation and threatened to formally fine/evict all of us if we don't work out a solution. Our contract states that overnight guests are allowed for an X amount of consecutive days and for an X amount monthly to prevent tenancy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I talked to my roommate about this clause and how, regardless of how she feels about it, I legally can have my male guest over for the night. She said her mom will be calling the landlord again to see what they can do to prevent or monitor overnight guests. She wouldn't share what was causing this fear, but I can only assume it's for religious or Puritan reasons, as they are fine with female guests. Our contract states that if anyone violates the lease agreement, we will all be liable. I don't want to drag my other roommates into this bullshit, but I have anxiety about this situation. I'm fearful my roommate's mother will go to the extent of checking security camera footage to see how long my partner is staying and takes action if he ever contractually overstays. I'm also fearful of being solely evicted/fined, even though our lease states we are all responsible for notices and violations. I'm worried about being sued by her or her mother for the situation. My plan of action is to err on the side of caution and only have my partner over for the days stated in our contract. How likely is it for landlords to step in here and take legal action? Is there anything else I can do to protect myself?
Okay, so
Oh.
I think I did so the one roommate, how many roommates are there?
4 in total.
4 in total.
4
Okay.
in total. Okay. Um so main character OP,
Yes.
one roommate has their mom pay her portion of the rent and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
utilities. There's another roommate that also has a partner that comes
Yes.
over. And then
Yeah.
there's a fourth one that seemed pretty irrelevant to the story.
I think
Or
there are
they
2
also.
more actually. Yeah, I think there are 2 more who are relevant to the story. So it's a
Okay.
I
total of
think it's
5.
just yeah.
And
Yeah.
so Did they say how old they were?
They did not.
Okay, well, I feel like it matters a bit if they're minors,
Mhm.
because if they are not if they are minors, then okay, your mom is paying the fees and all that, and there's certain rules of like, okay, it's a women's only dormitory and all that. Un- Unfortunately, she probably has some legal influence over, like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little different. So, I mean, sorry, oh my god, bro, what is going on?
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, I am like choking on air.
Don't
Jesus.
die, Abby.
Um, I'm good. I just finished my water too, so I don't know what's going on. I guess let's just operate under the assumption that she's a legal adult and that they're all legal adults.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I
like, I
would
mean,
say
there's
like
not.
college age, like usually you're about 18 years old. I guess you could be 17.
Oh, did they say college?
They
Or
did not say
or are they
college.
like in a dorm like boarding school type of situation? They could be in high school, I guess.
Let me see.
And, I mean, like, there's certain areas where you can legally not be living at your parents' house.
All
Yeah.
women's unit, not co-ed. That's all she said. An
Yeah.
all
Okay.
women's
So
unit,
I
not
mean it
co-ed.
like they do have those at college sometimes, but it might be a high school age type
We are
thing
all
too.
full adults.
Oh, okay,
All
never
full
mind then.
adults. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So they're all adults. I mean, it honestly, this sounds like a your roommate's problem. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
legally, I know your landlord. The landlord seems to be trying to like minimize issues, but he again, location matters too with when it comes to the law and all that,
Mhm.
and like tenant rights. But definitely check your local tenant rights
But like the
board or
landlord is
whatever.
definitely knows that there are guys going over there cuz like if it's a dorm that's like um supposed to be female only type of thing, like they're going to notice if a bunch of guys like if some guys are over there type of thing.
Yeah, there's like there I remember my one friend who was at university, um she lived in a woman's dorms, or call it, university campus dorms or whatever.
Yeah.
They were allowed to have men over, it's just that they had to be out after a certain time.
Mhm.
Um which, I mean, it wasn't effective, obviously, but
Yeah.
you know, um it's still like, if it's a dorm, it's one thing, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm so sorry. But the fact that they're saying landlord,
Mhm.
landlord is not the same thing as like a whatever they're called at
Like a
universities. And like
RA.
landlord, yeah, RA. That's what it was. Um, Landlord implies that they go by all the regular
Mhm.
local tenant rights and boards or whatever laws around there.
Yeah.
So your landlord can't, again, depending on location, I don't know, don't think they can just evict you because of petty drama.
No.
Mm-hmm.
They can't. That's not there's no law like that. Um and it would just be kind of like, your roommate kind of has to deal with that issue. And if the problem comes that like, oh, your roommate can't pay her part of the rent, well, it's
Mhm.
either A, she's going to have to fucking start figuring out a way to do it without her mom.
Mhm.
B, start kind of lying to her mom and be like, "No, there's no guys here." Or C, leave.
Yeah, like find another tenant who can come in and take over for that part of the
Mhm.
lease so then you're not liable for it, especially if your mom is like just find another dorm that like I don't know, maybe they are introverts. They don't go out, they don't date much. So they're not going to have a bunch of guys over there. I don't know. There's not really a way around that because if you're living with, four other people, five other, whatever, like there's only
Mhm.
so much you can control because they're all technically splitting the lease, so they all technically have a right to have whoever they want over there.
Mhm.
and the fact that
Yeah.
they're adults, you know? But it's just like
Mhm.
if the mom decides to go, you know, full legal action too,
Which
it's
I
she
like,
mean, they do
can't.
have to, like, she
Go
can
ahead.
try, but I
well,
mean,
I
they
mean,
all
like
sign a
if
contract
the,
at the end of the
but I'm
day.
guessing like her mom's name isn't on the lease. She just sends her like a payment type thing. Like she sends her like how much her portion is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends on if she's a co-sign. I don't even know if co-signers really have that much right anyway. It's more just about money. That's
Mm-hmm.
I think. Um so co-signers I don't think really have much legal right to anything. There's no law saying that, again, depending on location. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I can only speak. At least around where I am in most places, I would think in the United States. Um there's no legal precedent for having a disagreement with your roommates,
No.
which is what this technically boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
She can't sue you to get you kicked out, and your landlord being like, "Okay, I'm just going to evict y'all to make this my life easier." No legal precedent for that.
No.
And you
Yeah.
can fight that. And if you decide, "No, and this is more the legal precedent for my area as well, so if it's different for you guys, please feel free to chime in. But um for around me, um if a landlord tries to evict you and you dispute that, saying like
Mm-hmm.
you have no right to be evicting me,
Mm-hmm.
you stay put. You end up just staying put where you are and
Yeah.
until tribunal happens. And
Mm-hmm.
then at the tribunal, then it's decided, okay, you are evicted and therefore you owe so much whatever because you stayed past the eviction date or whatever kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um that's the very basic form of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of nuances to it and all that. So it's not he can't just kick you he can't just kick you out based off of, your roommate's mom is pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, socially, you know, it didn't sound like the roommate had a problem with her having her boyfriends over. It was only once she told her mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's how it was. And I honestly think, I don't know if it's a religious thing or not. Maybe it is, but it's also sometimes that, like, well, obviously, some people are just really like that, in the fact that if they sign their adult child, even though they're an adult child,
Mm-hmm.
if they help them with money, then they expect them to abide by, quote unquote, their rules,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm paying for this for you, so you have to do everything I say. And if I'm not comfortable with something, then you get no money, which is kind of like, okay, like, whatever, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there are certain people like that, and certain adult children may be scared of their parents because they don't want to go against them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty sure it's more like a control thing with the mom.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. More of a control thing. Um Unfortunately, mom cannot control other grown adults.
No.
Exactly, yeah.
Um
So they can
y-
easily, like, be like, "Look, we had a contract. This was signed. There's nothing you can do."
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If again, yeah, circles back to, unfortunately, it is the daughter's problem, the roommate that is the daughter. It's
Yeah.
it's it's like she's going to have to make some decisions on, like, is she going to stay there and try and be sneaky about it? Is she going to put her foot down with her mom and then hope, and deal with the consequences of that?
Yeah.
But kind of going back on an agreement that you have with roommates in her position, in the daughter's position,
Mm-hmm.
not a good idea. It's just going to lead to more friction, and eventually it's just going to, have people
Yeah, like I feel like they're gonna be
leaving
looking
probably.
for a new place to live as soon as their lease is up, or as soon as they can find subleaser type of things.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm. Mhm.
those, they're gonna try and find a new space so that they can still hang out with their boyfriends and not have to deal with like, even if there's like no legal actions, just dealing with the mom constantly, that stress.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do comments say on that thing,
Mm-hmm.
Lami? I'm kind of
Let
curious
me
as to
see.
what people are saying.
Someone had said, absolutely ensure your boyfriend doesn't stay more nights than are allowed in the lease. Right now, your roommate slash her mom are making empty threats, but if you slip up even once, they have you in a violation of the lease. I think
Mm-hmm.
coordinating visits with other roommates' partners so that there's only one guest over at a time would be a good compromise to smooth things over and ensure everyone's comfortable. That's the one, that's kind of like, you know, like,
Yeah.
let's try and make everyone comfortable.
I mean,
Um,
yeah,
Or
yeah,
maybe go
definitely.
which is not,
visit your
yeah,
boyfriend. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if like you're
like,
like,
go
I really
visit
want to
him.
see them, but your roommate's having their boyfriend over, like, you go see if you can go to them instead.
Did I did I miss a part where like the daughter said she was uncomfortable, or was it just like her kind of echoing
It
what her
sounded like it
mom
was just
said?
her mom.
Let me see. Hmm. No problems with us having our partners over. Communicate for. Oh, the mother, even though she doesn't live there, feels unsafe having me over.
Like it's
That's
like
what the mother told her
it also
daughter.
sounds like the mom doesn't
Her
trust
mother
the
The
roommates
then
daughter.
notified the
either, and the
landlord.
Yeah,
daughter.
no.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't seem to trust.
She
It's
wouldn't
control. It's all
share.
about
Mm-hmm.
control.
Oh, she wouldn't share what was causing this fear, but I can only assume it's for religious. So it sounds like the mom is the one who doesn't want male guests over, basically.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not smoothing anything over with the other roommates. Like their
No.
roommates are all seem to be on the same page. It's literally just the mom.
Yeah.
And which it's stressful, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I understand. But okay, so yeah, but yeah, obviously definitely be careful about breaching the terms of the lease. Yeah, agreed. Just because then mom may have some legal
Mm-hmm.
precedent, or like
Yeah.
basically, or at the very least she'd be able to tell the landlord, and then the landlord would have precedent to evict everybody.
Yeah.
Um
Pretty much it.
yeah, okay. Any other comments that are like kind of poignant?
I mean,
Poignant?
Wolf said in chat. Do we want to read it now or do we want to read it later?
I mean, we might as well read it now
Okay.
since he's being so pushy about it.
So Wolf says, first off, I agree age range matters a good bit here, just as a starter. On one hand, the
Mhm.
tenants should be able to be doing the best they can to abide by the rules of the lease. I understand it's probably tough only being able to see your partner a few times, but they all agreed on it. And on the other hand, the mom should have just suggested they all agree on a new pay split for the rent slash utilities. This tells me it's not about money, it's about something else. And to be honest, I
Mhm.
don't think it's a religious thing because knowing what I know from growing up around certain people, the mom would have been quicker to have her daughter move somewhere else than throw a fit and cause so much friction.
Yeah, it's a good point. That like religion, the religion part especially, yeah, just avoid the problem altogether,
Mm-hmm.
versus this is whether or not it is fueled by religion,
Mm-hmm.
definitely about the control.
Yeah, it kind of
Definitely
feels
about the
like
control
the
of it.
daughter moved out. I'm guessing it's college age, you know.
I think it's safe to assume that they're all in college or
And
something
I'm
like that.
guessing the mom wasn't ready for her daughter to be grown up yet and then can't let
Mhm.
go of the control and let her daughter grow up a little bit.
Mhm.
So she's like trying to control something that she's not even a part of every day.
Yeah. Worst case, worst case, it's like a narcissistic mom scenario,
Mm-hmm.
or like along those lines of like she's just a very controlling, it's all about me kind of person.
Yeah, there could be
Yeah.
that too. I don't know why, but I'm picturing like a blonde lady, like the mom in like Cinderella story type of situation.
You're not very pretty and you're not very
You're not very
bright.
bright.
Oh my
No, that
god.
lady would have thrown
I could
that
really
would
use a hot dog right now. Oh yeah. But you're not very pretty.
Oh yeah,
Not very
not very
100%.
bright.
bright.
Yeah.
Like
Anyway.
I feel like she's the mom that lives. She's a stay-at-home mom. She's got blonde hair. She has a nice things, and she's like,
Oh,
"We're gonna pay
I
for our
don't like
daughter to go to
your roommates
college."
having their boyfriends over.
Yeah.
I think you should really, keep I'm only paying for a girl's only house, not a boy's house. Nothing co-ed here. Oh.
Oh my god. Sounds like Stifler's mom.
That was what I was going for. Thank
Yeah.
you. It's because Cinderella story.
Stifler's
That's
mom.
who she is. Love you, Jennifer Coolidge. I'm sorry for butchering your voice.
Love you, Jennifer Coolidge.
Love you. You're a queen.
You queen.
We love
queen.
you.
J. Cool. So cool. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, no, it's. Yeah. I feel bad for them. I get it. It's rough because especially because you're at that age where you're just trying to break out on your own. And
Yeah, and you're like still trying to figure out life. So then, like, even though this is something like I feel like later on in your adult life, you'd be like, "Well, I'm figuring my way out of this." When you're new to it, you're kind of like, "Well, I'm stuck," you know.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Mm.
Here I am.
I mean, the mom could threaten to just be like, "We're not paying for your stuff anymore," but
that's the thing. It's like if
yeah,
we're not. That's when it comes down to it. There's no. Oh no, mom isn't paying for her part of the thing. Okay, that's a landlord and one roommate problem. That's not
yeah,
a you problem.
mm-hmm.
As long as you follow the terms of the lease, you know.
Yeah,
Like
I
yeah,
know.
yes, okay, that's dramatic, but or it's a problem.
Yeah.
But
Like
you know what
I
I
know
mean.
my
You know?
brother lived somewhere where like they all split the lease basically, but they all had their own portions and each of their rooms were their like own, lease type of thing.
That's very common around here. It's
Yeah.
just like in roommates because I live in a university town. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, whatever, or college town or whatever. I have a college here. There's a college here.
Yes.
So um there's lost my train of thought. A lot of student housing.
Yes.
A lot of student housing, and therefore that's how a lot of the leases end up working for student housing places. You sign your own individual lease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 All right, Neon. I
Are
think
we
you're up.
ready? This one's a long
Yeah.
one. I'm just giving you a warning right now. This is a long one.
Okay.
I'm gonna
buckled in.
try not to butcher it too much. I gotta zoom in though, because I literally can't see. There's so many words. Okay. So, starting out, the title, or sorry, it is in r/best of Redditor updates.
Ooh, that's a good
So
one.
the title's a long one too. Oh my god, never mind. So the title is I, female 23, have been in love with my best friend, male 21, since I first met him. It's not going away and I don't know how to deal with it because I have no idea if he likes me and it's stopping me from meeting someone else. And then the update is 5 years later. So.
Oh my god. Okay, first of all, long fucking title.
I know. I'm like, why is this like? The title should have been shorter. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it starts out. Honestly, this is pretty straightforward. We met about 2 years ago, and I instantly crushed on this guy. I honestly thought our first few nights out were dates, up until the point he went on a rant about a girl he had a crush on. After a few beers. At that point, my thought process was pretty much, okay, not dates, got it, and moved on with the intent of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Except, funny thing, turns out he checks all my boxes.
You cut out for a minute there, I'm sorry.
Except, funny thing, turns out he checks all my boxes. I've never gotten along with anyone this well. People are shocked to find out, or, well, not anymore. Okay, are they giving spoilers? But up until about a year after we became friends, we haven't known each other for years. Hang on. They worded this weird.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like, people are saying that they're friends. Like, they think that they've known each other forever. Kind of like us, I guess.
Yeah. We've known each other for like ever.
I'm making sense of that. Okay. We haven't known each other
Mhm.
for years and years. We have the same humor, like the same games, TV shows, agree on politics, and want the same things in life. All well enough to get along, but still with enough differences that we can have conversations about it. We discover bands together. We help each other out with work, writing papers. I call him when I'm sad, and we both think it feels weird not to see each other for a week. I'm like, girl, I feel like there's mutual already just from reading this.
I mean, you know,
I mean,
I feel like a little bit.
sometimes you have friends though that like you just want to be friends with, right?
Mhm.
So problem is, I'm completely head over fucking heels in love with this man, and it's starting to get to the point where I don't know what to do. I thought it'd go away,
Aw.
but every time I meet him, it's like I'm falling all over again. My friends have gone from
Aw.
teasing me about it to shooting me pity looks whenever his name is brought up. My sister wants me to just stop seeing him. I go a week without talking to him, and I think I'm starting to get over it, but whenever I see him again, all comes rushing back.
Oof.
I
Girl's got it
She
bad.
does. She's got it real bad. I don't know what to do. It hurts and it's not fun anymore. I've been on dates with some amazing guys who liked me, but my feelings for my friend is stopping me from falling for someone else. It's starting to feel pathetic, and at this point, I see no good option. He's my best friend, the best I've ever had, and I don't want him to lose him. At this point, I think asking him out would achieve that, and since it's been so long since we met, I know the only way for me personally to get over someone is to stop seeing them. But I don't want to lose my best friend. The finishing
Yeah.
touch, it's still
Oh,
going.
sorry.
We got about 2 more paragraphs, I think. Okay. The finishing
This
touch.
is before the update,
Yeah,
right?
this is before the update. The finishing
Okay.
touch keeping me on the hook are these looks he gives me. I've had other friends confirm he does this because I was honestly honest to God, starting to think I was losing my mind whenever we're out in a group at a party or the pub. Whenever I look over at him, he seems like he's always looking at me. Girl, he likes you. And these
Mhm.
eye contacts last way too long to be normal. Like a good 6-7 seconds of us just looking at each other across the table or the room or the bar. And he does this little smile I've never seen on him in any other situations. I don't know what that means, and I have no idea why we do this or how it came to be. It's just the final nail in the coffin of hopelessness I'm buried in right now. I don't know if I'm crazy or overinterpreting things, or if I should just give it a shot and ask him out, even though it might ruin a friendship, or just stop seeing him, or just carry on and hope this feeling goes away at some point of a distant future. I'm so frustrated. I want to cry. I have cried a lot, and I don't know what to do here. I'm like,
Girl.
if he's looking at you like that, he likes you. He cares about you. He's checking in on you.
Oh my goodness. Listen.
I was like, I want
She.
your guys' opinions before the update.
Okay, so here's the thing. If I didn't know there was an update already, I
Mhm.
would probably be saying, okay, well, before she brought up the looks, I was thinking, yeah, the only way to really move on from somebody is to be like, you need to separate
Yeah,
a
like you need
bit,
to have
at least a bit.
more space, you know. It sounds like
Yeah,
they hang out in those same friend groups a lot too.
Just fuck
mm-hmm.
already.
Just fuck already. It
Me with any slow burn.
Uh, fucking seriously, I can't stand a slow burn. Anyway, yeah, no, it's just, dude, I don't know, I feel bad. I get it,
Mhm.
We've all kind
Like,
of had a crush, and
we've definitely seen it before too, where like people just don't realize that they like each other like that, but you can tell by the way they interact with each other that they both have feelings for each other.
mm-hmm,
Mhm. But they don't want
yeah,
to kiss.
Yeah, but they just don't want to kiss.
like just fucking smooch already, you fucking little goo goo gaga babies. He probably likes her. He
Mhm.
probably does like her.
Maybe at the
Ideally,
beginning. Maybe at the beginning. This is what I'm thinking. Maybe at the beginning he didn't. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
he was just like, "Oh, this could potentially be a really good friend." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
mhm.
Like,
He's like,
but
"Hey, this
as they
girl,
started
this
like,
girl's a bro, you know?"
yeah, this girl's a bro. But as the
Mhm.
time started progressing, they got to know each other. They were like talking shit, doing all that cute montagey shit that you see in the movies. And
Yeah.
then like he started developing feelings for her and shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
now they just are in this sexual tension of liking each other.
You could cut it with a knife like
Hmm.
butter. Or no, not butter. No, because butter implies that it's smooth. It's not. It's like
You could cut it in half like ice cream. It's like it's frozen. The ice cream's
it
frozen, but if
Uh-huh.
you just keep fucking like digging into it, it'll eventually come apart. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then it'll
Yeah.
be so good.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, she's got it bad. She admits she's got it bad. I
Mhm.
think he likes her. They
And
make
like
that
the
long,
fact that
prolonged
they're
eye
yeah, the
contact,
eye
and
contact, like sometimes, like even with friends, like you'll make like a glance, like you're like looking at them from across the bar, like, do you notice that? Like, did you see that happen? Like you make those looks together,
Mhm.
sometimes. But it's never like you're just staring at each other. Like when you're friends, you're just kind of
How
like
do you know,
checking in
Neon?
on
I
them.
stared at you. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm sure you probably did. I'm sure everyone stared at each other, just taking in like that's what they look like IRL, like right there in
That's
person.
how short they are.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly.
um, but yeah, like I feel like if you're both making long eye contact with each other, you both are having the same thoughts about each other. Like you're like,
As
I could
Wattpad quotes, he stared
I
at her
could
lovingly.
smooch.
yeah, I think they should
I
make
could do a
out.
little smoochy
Yeah.
smoochy.
Yeah, I think they should make
Smoochy
out.
smoochy. Okay,
Okay. Are
okay,
you
I'm on the
ready?
edge of my seat.
Okay,
Update,
so I'm trying
please. I
I've
I
want to
been
think they should
I've been
fuck.
skimming the update because there's a lot of words and I'm trying to figure out where it starts type of thing.
Update. So now I'm pregnant with his 8th baby.
Oh my god. So I'm gonna read the first bit because just like a little synopsis of it. So they say, so hello. A little over 5 years ago, I made the post on the subreddit looking for advice on how to handle how to handle the situation. They didn't realize it had been so long until they had to reset it. They had to reset their password for Reddit, and then they realized, oh shoot, I posted a thing and I got a lot of traction on it, type of thing. And they're like, sorry that this took so long, especially for the dear sweet commenter who account is now deleted. They can't get the update.
Oh.
Just to recap, with hindsight, I really was in love with this man, and I had been for about 2 years, like full 9 yards in love. Struggled to breathe when he
Oof.
talked about someone else, but still cheering me on because he deserved happiness, levels of love. If that sounds a bit like obsession to you, and then that's probably because it was. The last thing about unrequited love, the thing that really sucks about it is that it's incredibly hard to move on from. But until you do move on, your brain keeps obsessing about it to the point where it can be impossible to get anything done. It had been 2 years of that when I made that post. 2 years of pinning. They really
Pining.
are pining and pain, an ever growing pile of crushed hopes. And I think I was going a little bit insane, constantly swinging between butterflies and love highs when I was with friends, and the crushing feeling of rejection every time he'd say goodbye, and the obsession over things of how long he looked at me, how long, yeah, a lot of obsessing. On to the actual update. Oh, geez, they have a lot of words. Okay.
Can you just get to the point?
I know, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to skim it. I'm trying to give you guys
Oh
the
no, I
synopsis.
was telling I was telling the poster, not you. Sorry.
Um, After that premiere, okay, about a month and a half or so after I made that post, still trying to hype myself up to the actual ask him out, I accidentally became a head organizer for an event at the university I was studying for at the moment. Long story short, the person managing me was not kind. I was extremely overworked from the event on top of writing a thesis. thesis. I was equally stressed out in my private life due to the whole situation with my best friend, and I ended up going through a pretty severe case of burnout. Jeez, my eyes are like trying to read all these words. Okay. Case of burnout, and onto everything that I developed an addiction to alcohol to try and handle everything. And was also experiencing what was most likely a drug-induced paranoid psychosis. And I
Oh
was a
my
mess.
gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Girl.
Yeah. That's a lot. I ended up moving back in with my dad in September and spent about a year doing nothing but sleeping, crying, playing Skyrim, and going to rehab and therapy. Start of
Oh my
2021,
God.
I went back to school and slowly recovered. I've been sober since 2020. The paranoia hasn't completely gone away, but it's more manageable. I used to think my landlord listened to me through a random measuring device. Oh my God, they were really paranoid. Okay.
Pause for a second. When was this update posted?
This update was posted November 13th, 2024.
2024?
Yeah, like last year.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
end of, like a few months ago.
End of last year. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, continue.
Let me find where it was. They used to, oh geez, they were so paranoid. They thought their landlord listened to them. That's crazy. And I think I've got a work-life balance figured out that helps me not overwork myself or go into free time lethargy because I've got too much time of it. It was long and painful, but I did it. If you're wondering where my best friend was in all of this, I honestly don't know. I went back to look at our texts, and from what I can see, he tried to call me a few times in early September, and I didn't respond. And nothing until around Christmas when he wondered if I wanted to meet up sometime. I said yes, and then never followed through. He hasn't texted me since January 4th, 2020.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Now, to be clear, I don't blame him for not reaching out. My non-responding is what killed that friendship. I know because it also killed every other friendship I had at that time. All the addiction and stuff. To be fair, yeah. But I still deeply regret those choices. And if I were to make a relationship post today, I'd be on how the fuck you word an apology after behavior like that 5 years down the road. I don't. Okay. So to sum it all up, they have a bullet point. Jeez, this is long. I'm trying to just get to the point.
I don't know. You like the dramatic flair of reading it.
There's very, very dramatic. Yeah. Now to be clear, I don't blame him for not reaching out more. Sorry, I feel like this is starting to become a journal. I'm gonna stop my reflections there. So about my love for my best friend with some years of hindsight and therapy behind me. I don't think I was in love with him. I think I was in love with the idea of him. I think I was obsessed for sure, but looking back, I don't know if I genuinely didn't know. I think part of me really liked the fact that I was this person who so clearly wasn't interested in me. Genuinely, if he was, that would shock me to find out. I feel like he was interested in me though. Like, you may have killed it, but I think he was. Him saying he's waiting for the right person, me responding, sometimes I feel like I already have. Do you ever feel that? And him going, nah, I don't think so.
Well, maybe not then.
Yeah, me following that up with, maybe you don't know. The heart is weird sometimes. And him going, I'm pretty sure I'd know. Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
One time we talked about why people fall in love, and I genuinely tried to convince him a deep friendship was all you needed. And while he insisted that there need to be a level of sexual attraction as well. I tried to get him to do that 36 questions that will make you fall in love thing with me. Oh, geez. Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
This sounds more like...
It kind of sounds like maybe some stuff was made up and then their friends were just going along with it. Like, oh yeah, I see that too.
But it also really sounds like that type of like guy friend who's like, he knows that you're in love with him.
Yeah.
But he's like stringing you along, you know what I mean? Kind of thing.
That could be it too.
I mean, because if he didn't know, like the way she was texting him, like I'm not gonna lie to you, whether you're a guy or a girl, sometimes because I've seen it with girls too.
Yeah.
Like they thrive off of someone giving them that attention, but they love to give that person unrequited love. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they know that this person's in love with them, but they won't act on it. They'll just act like they're oblivious to it and keep like talking to them and stringing them along and whatever, which
Yeah.
really sucks. But that's more like if he's responding that way, like to those types of messages and stuff like that, either he's really like really oblivious, or like it's the second thing, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just what it sounds
Yeah.
like to me, honestly, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. So then a while later, I ended up meeting a guy. I clicked with just as much, who I actually liked and liked me back, and then showed it. We've been together for almost 3 years now, and we're talking about starting to try for kids at some point soon. He'd like us to get married first, but is also insisting he wants to be the one to propose. So I'm just walking around waiting for that day. Even if it's not a huge surprise or secret, he just wants to get to that moment of going down on one knee. And who am I to deny him? So yeah.
Aw.
They didn't
Well,
end
you
up
know what?
together. They didn't end up together.
Yeah, that line between obsession and a genuine attraction and love for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact that she went through that kind of addiction, that alcoholism and all that,
Yeah.
um, you know, she might not have been super well at the time, right? So it's
Yeah.
possible she was misinterpreting certain things, and like even when her friends would be like, "Yeah, I see it." Maybe they might not have actually said it in those words and said
Mm-hmm.
something a little bit different and meant it differently, and she interpreted it as confirmation. Because like
Yeah.
confirmation bias, we all kind of we're all
Yeah,
we
like
can all fall for it
if you
sometimes.
even
Yeah.
hear something remotely similar to what you want to hear, then you're like, okay, like this means it's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They
Which is
did
kind of
say
like,
like the looks and stuff though, like they confirmed with friends and stuff later, like they caught up type of thing. And they
Mm-hmm.
said, no, like he would look at you like that. It wasn't just all in your head, and it wasn't just us like, confirming what you wanted to hear type of thing. Like they said they actually saw it, and they don't know why
Okay.
he would look at them like that type of thing if like there was no mutual feelings, unless like he just didn't want to admit it, and then they lost connection type of thing, and then he
Yeah,
moved
mhm.
on.
it's entirely possible that's just what happened too.
Mm-hmm.
That at
Yeah,
the stair, or could it have been just like, oh, that's my homie. I'm just looking at my homie. It could have
Yeah.
been.
yeah.
It could have been
Yeah.
a number of things.
It could have
Or
been
it could have
like,
been like, that's my homie, but I wanna keep her around, kind of thing. I want to keep her on
mm-hmm.
her toes.
Yeah.
Oh, it
I mean,
could be. He
it
could
could
be
be
an
a jerk
asshole. Yeah.
move. It could be a big
Yeah,
jerk move, and him being like, "Watch this, guys.
but
I'm
we
just gonna
we
stare
we
at
will
her. She'll
never
look
know.
back."
We will
Yeah,
never
we'll
know.
never know.
Hmm.
Poor girl
But
though. Like I feel really bad because that's like,
Mm-hmm.
that really can mess up your brain. Like just
Yeah.
having that obsession and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
hmm hmm but good for her
Uh
for
huh.
growing a lot and getting through her, her main addiction and all that. Obviously, a lot of people when they a lot of people consider themselves addicts for life, even if they aren't like,
Mm-hmm.
currently using or anything like that. They might
Yeah.
be in remission or whatever. They
Mm-hmm.
still consider themselves addicts after the end. So whatever she calls herself or however she refers to herself, good for her for getting through that point of her
Yeah.
life.
I know
And
or not high school, college can be a big time for like overdoing it, and a lot of people realize that they need to stop, which is good, and some people don't. Like college is a big make
Mhm.
it or break it type of thing with that stuff,
mhm,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
yeah. Oh, geez. But a happy ending. I still
Yes.
think happy ending. It definitely had some
I
ups and
mean,
downs.
yeah, they had some, self reflection. They figured it out in the end. They figured out what
Hmm.
they wanted in the end.
And she's got her Prince Charming,
Yeah.
just like, and she's waiting for that that day when he brings out that ring. Get it,
Mhm.
girl.
Yep.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's
It kind of
that's
sucks because in your brain you're like, yeah, let's go. Like they, it's like that rom-com, right? Like you're like you want to see them end up together, but I guess in the end, sometimes the person you think you need to be with is not that person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's someone better out there.
Someone better out there for you.
For you.
Well, I feel bad ending on such a.
We can do one more. We can do one more. Should we find
y'all
like
want?
do you want to find an upbeat one? Like a
We can do
We can do. Let's do. Hang on, I'm just looking at r/confessions.
r/confessions.
Okay, that's not uplifting. Hang on.
She's like, oh, that.
I'm
Nope.
sad.
I am sad all the time. I'm just looking at like the main page.
Oh, I got one that's funny.
Okay. Let's go.
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been eating so much watermelon. I thought I was shitting blood.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
What an opening.
Way to open
What
that
an
story
opening.
right there. Oh.
What an opening. It's watermelon season here. Yeah, it is, baby. Woo! Eat that watermelon. I love
Oh
that.
my god.
I love that stuff, and the watermelons are like 25 cents per kilo. So these medium-sized watermelons are like $1.80. I ate one this week, and I started another one today. On Saturday, I'm getting 2 more. I find them super refreshing, crunchy, and hydrating. Issue was, I
not
almost
wrong.
fainted. Very true. We love a super refreshing,
Uh-huh.
crunchy, and hydrating fruit, alright?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Issue was, I almost fainted when going to the toilet because I thought I have started to shit blood until I
Oh my
remembered
god.
85% of meals have been watermelon.
Oh my god.
I guess like all the red fiber and stuff like in the watermelon, would
Oh my
would
gosh.
change it. That's hilarious.
I did that once with blue Hawaiian punch. I drank so much that my piss was solid blue. That's the #1 comment.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And then
That's
there's
a
somebody
lot
talking
of
about
blue dye that has to be in that
That is a lot of
your
blue
for your
dye.
kidneys to just give up filtering it out. That your pee's just blue.
That's a lot. That would take a lot
That's
to
so
make your
bad
piss
for you.
blue.
Oh my
That
god.
is oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Your organs are probably blue.
Yeah, like your inside if you have surgery, they're gonna be like, why was your lungs blue? Why were your lungs blue? Actually, hang on. No, yeah. I was about to be like, wait, aren't lungs? No, lungs are like a pink color.
Yeah, most of your internal organs are a pink, a shade of pink.
Pink or red.
Somebody says, just so you know, if you are ever bleeding inside, your poop will come out black.
Yeah.
And then somebody else replied, if it's not fresh. I have a sibling who had colon cancer, and they noticed by the amount of bright red blood in their poo. Depends if the issue is upper intestinal tract or lower intestinal tract. Black if higher, bright red if lower. Okay, yeah. Lots of people.
Good to know. Good to know.
Lots of
the more you
things
know
about your poo color. Happened to me, but beetroot. Hang on. Yeah, that's happened to my sister. Before.
I've heard carrots. Carrots turn some stuff like your skin turns orange with carrots.
My sister had like a fucking huge appetite as a kid. High metabolism too. She was never like a super chubby kid, really. There was loved beets. Her shit turned purple. Which I mean, beets, mind you, they do. You are gonna turn your poop purple with eating
Yes.
beets. Not even, you don't have to eat a lot. But she ate enough pickles one time to turn her shit green. That was funny.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, if you eat like anything with like a green dye or like, because like if you eat a lot of like, say, like black frosting or black food coloring type of thing, your stuff
Yeah.
will turn like purple or blue or black. Like,
Yeah, it can be a little alarming, but do not
Mhm.
panic. Remember what you have eaten.
yes,
Um,
before you panic, remember what you ate.
Yeah, the shit turning green from the amount of pickles that she ate was so fucking. Actually, there's a lot of pickle stories from my sister. We found one pickle that looked exactly like her ear, like it was the right shape and size of her ear.
Oh
Like we
my.
held it up
Mhm.
next to it, and we're like, it's her ear, but a pickle. And there was another time that there was a pickle that was so thick
Yeah.
that as a child she couldn't fit it into her mouth. That was pretty funny.
Those are like the Ren Fair pickles, like the giant
Big
ones.
fuckers.
Yeah.
The big, but we had a jar of them.
Oh.
The jar was bigger than our head, my head. Like it
Mhm.
was huge. Anyway, yeah, massive pickles in that bitch. So good. Oh my god. But yeah, she couldn't fit in. It was pretty funny. Good
I
times.
mean, the love of pickles, knows
Oh,
knows no end. I mean, Lami
Mhm.
wouldn't know, but
yeah. I'm a pickle hater. I'm the number one pickle hater.
she needs a shirt that says
Lame.
#1 pickle
L
hater of the
plus
world.
ratio. Between watermelon and tomatoes in the summer, I just assume that if I have a bleed, I'll die since it'll look red until September.
That's
Oh
eating a
my
lot of
god.
watermelon and tomatoes for it to be going for
Yeah.
that long. I don't think I've ever eaten something to like that excess where like it, you know, affected my insides, my colon, anything like that.
My colon.
I remember a friend saying that they ate carrots so much one time, like legit their skin started turning green. Or not green, but orange.
What?
Yeah.
Ew.
I don't know if it was true or not, like, you never know. But I kind of feel like I saw a story where like something similar happened to someone.
There's a guy that ate a certain mineral enough that he turned blue.
Yeah.
Blue guy. Hang on. Blue guy. Not blue guys. Paul Carrison. Died in 2013.
Mhm.
American from Bellingham, Washington, whose skin has a purple blue color. Was fair skinned and freckled until the early 90s. His skin turned blue after he began taking a homemade colloidal silver treatment
Uh,
and rubbing a silver preparation
oh no.
on his skin in an attempt to treat problems with his sinuses, dermatitis, acid reflux, and other issues.
I feel like there's better ways of doing that than rubbing a mineral and eating it. You know?
It was quote unquote medical silver. It's an alternative medicine
Okay.
thing. It's not real.
Yeah.
Like it's not real
Yeah.
medicine. This caused him to develop argyria, which I'm assuming
Mhm.
just means it's a condition caused by excessive exposure to chemical compounds of the element silver. Most dramatic symptom of it is the skin turns blue or blue gray. Yeah, okay. 2008, Carrison first gained prominence after appearing on Today. He claimed it cured his acid reflux and arthritis, but acknowledged it
Oh,
was
so
also
he
the
was
cause of his argyria. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, he was probably using it a little too much. Like maybe in smaller doses it would have treated what he needed to, but he might have been a little excessive with it.
Yeah, you gotta be skeptical of alternative medicine shit, guys.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
there's a reason
Yeah.
why a lot of it is not FDA approved, and it isn't.
Yeah, I feel like if it's a chemical compound, you got to be a little careful with it. If it's a bunch of plants, like still watch it, but like for the most part it's not going to do anything too
Well,
crazy
that's
to you.
the thing with plants is like a lot of them have like they're not meant for human consumption in
No.
their base form.
Mhm. Like you got to do
So
stuff to them.
You
Yeah.
gotta Super Saiyan them.
yes, you got to be a
That's what I'd be
skeptic
saying.
of what the fuck you're putting in your body.
Mhm.
100%, 100%.
So yeah, apparently you can turn orange from eating too many carrots. Also, if you eat too many sweet potatoes, apricots, or cantaloupe, you can turn orange.
I want to try the orange thing.
So Lami is gonna get a ton of carrots, a ton of sweet
No,
potatoes.
sweet potatoes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet potatoes. Okay.
Yeah.
You
It
don't like
doesn't
carrots?
say how many.
I like carrots, but not more than sweet potatoes.
It doesn't say how many you would need to ingest. But it's an excess of beta carotene in your accumulating in your body and
So I'm
showing
just
your
gonna have one
Oh.
sweet potato every day.
I feel like you'd probably have to eat like
At least 2.
I feel like
I
you'd
get
have to
it.
Lami,
2
honestly,
sweet
I feel like
potatoes.
you'd have to be eating nothing but sweet potatoes. You
So
know?
sweet potato for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, like you have sweet potato soup, sweet potato fries, like I don't know, you'd make like all your meals with it, I feel like.
Okay. That's what I'll do for the next 4 months.
Wait, hold up.
I don't actually, please don't
No,
turn
no,
yourself
no, I
orange.
won't.
3
Why
kilograms of
not?
For the meme though, man.
Okay. So here is they actually did an experiment on this.
It's either I turn myself orange or I shave off my.
Researchers
What do you want?
found that eating around 3 kilograms of carrots per week, about 7 large carrots a day, induce skin color changes. So you'd have to eat about the same amount of that probably in sweet potatoes for about
So maybe about like 4 sweet potatoes a day.
yeah.
Got you.
Experts suggest you would need to eat at least 10 carrots per day for at least a few weeks for color changes to occur.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn myself
Okay,
orange.
a few weeks.
I
That's
mean,
not actually that long.
Lami, you could do it.
I
do
could.
it.
I mean, okay, let's make a deal right now. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, let's
Let's make
shake
a
on
deal.
this real quick.
I want some fucking sweet.
I
I
want
don't
to turn
normally
orange.
want sweet potato. I'm hungry. Guys, I'm hungry. Can you guys give me food? I'm hungry. Can y'all make me soup?
Soup.
Can y'all make
Yes, we'll
me
make you
soup
Yeah,
and
we'll
soup.
make you
cupcakes?
soup. Yeah, we'll make you some soup. I don't know
I'll
about the
make you some sweet
cupcakes.
potato soup.
Why not the cupcakes?
I
What's
don't
wrong?
have
Is
I
it
don't have material for cupcakes right now.
you gluten
They'd be like
intolerant bitch?
they'd be like
I can't
muffins.
believe
I could make
this.
muffins.
Okay, muffins is cool too, I guess. I'll do muffins and soup. Sorry. I'm so sorry for the way it just devolved there. Anyway, Lami's gonna be turning herself orange. This is exciting.
Yeah.
I know, might as well.
She's officially gonna turn herself orange by eating about 10 carrots per day worth of
About
sweet
300
potatoes.
carrots a month.
Lami's just gonna eat nothing but carrots.
Mm-hmm.
Carrots, potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Well, those are some solid stories.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, guys.
I hope the people on Reddit, get what they needed out of posting those,
Get
maybe they'll see this podcast and be like, you know what, they're right.
You're so right. Obviously, we're right. Hello, we're professionals.
Yeah, we got the
of
wisdom
course.
of the ages.
Professionals at being correct. That's us, guys.
Yeah.
And that's why you should, hit that follow, that subscribe, follow, like button, favorite, share, love, heart.
Yeah.
Love,
all the
like,
things.
share,
All the
favorite, subscribe.
All the things.
Yeah.
All the different things. We recently hit, I think, our most viewed video on YouTube with like 33 views, which is pretty litty.
Oh my god!
We've also gained some subscribers. Thank you guys.
Subscribers? What? Subscribers? What?
It's crazy.
Subscribers? What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, you can check us all out at beacons.ai
/
after stream.
Do you want me to spell it? I can spell it for you.
Yeah, Abbi can spell it.
beacons.ai/AFTERSTREAMSOUP. That's beacons.ai/afterstreamsoup. Neon, where can we find you?
You can find
Since
me
we're talking about it, you know.
on Twitch, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. I'm all over the place.
And you're what? Neon X Lotus? Neon
Yes.
Neon
X
Lotus?
Lotus, except for Instagram, I think is neon_X_Lotus, I think.
But we're coming for that Neon X Lotus.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying. For the most part, everything is Neon X Lotus.
And Lami, where are you? Where can we find you? Where can I find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, pretty much all the platforms as Miss Salami, Mrs. MRS_ Salami, capital S with 2 I's.
Yes.
At the end.
Yeah.
And
yes.
You'll find me on Red Note soon.
Oh,
Red
she's
Note.
making it up to Red Note.
Well, hang on now, because that's an interesting thing. Okay,
maybe next podcast once everything's finalized with
this at the time of recording, Red Note is somewhat relevant. Who knows that the next month it might be completely
TikTok
irrelevant.
may or may not be getting banned.
For those of you who don't know, like the memes behind Red Note and whatever, go look on Instagram.
This is aging the podcast. Watch, in the year like 2026, they're gonna be looking back like, what the fuck are they talking about? Oh my god,
I know.
Is that Chinese? I don't. Yeah, it's yeah.
Is that Musically?
Is that Musically?
Oh, and me. I forgot. We gotta talk about me too.
Oh yeah, Abbi.
Abbi Dieu. That is spelled ABBIDIEU, and that is my name on everything. I think maybe one thing it's not my name, but don't worry about that one thing, because it's everywhere. That's me everywhere. And I have a Beacons page, and guess what? It's spelled the same for that too. The ABBIDIEU. I mainly stream on Twitch. That's the thing. Yes. No, you know what? If you guys want a more organized way of us explaining this, go to a different episode of the podcast.
Yeah, this one's a little sporadic. We're all kind of all over the place today.
Normally, we're a little bit cleaner with our explanation. I don't know. Just go watch another episode of the podcast. It's great. It's worth your time. You'll have fun doing it.
Yes. And next episode will be our official 1 year episode. So we're gonna have to figure out a fun way of celebrating that.
Yes, maybe we'll do like, I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, Q&A something like,
maybe if you guys are interested, maybe we'll just talk to chat the whole time. It'll be a little interesting.
Maybe we'll actually talk to chat live.
Yeah,
maybe we'll have our PNG tubers in the jacuzzi. We don't know yet.
I mean, who knows? We could do a hot tub podcast,
hot tub stream, hot podcast episode. Let's go. If you want to see that, go check us out on our Twitter, After Stream Soup, and tweet us or Instagram us, or I don't know, whatever we have. We got
whatever stuff. you wanna see, guys. Tweet us. If you're listening to this years in the future, you can still tweet us. I don't know what's gonna happen, but you can still tweet us.
Probably.
Or unless it's not real anymore, just hit us up on whatever platform we're on at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be like, I was there for episode 11. Because we're currently on episode 11.
Yes.
Just say,
yeah, we're done. We gotta go. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand though.
We're trying. Okay. I guess wrap it up there, and then if you are listening live, hang on. Let me say bye.
She muted.
Bye.
Bye.